Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Girivardhari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Girivardhari. Soranandana Raja Janaranjana Jaya Raja Janaranjana. Soranandana Raja Janaranjana Jaya Raja Janaranjana. Yamuna Tiravarachari Jaya Kunja Vihari. Yamuna Tiravarachari Jaya Kunja Vihari. Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari. Jai Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Girivardhari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Girivardhari. Soranandana Raja Janaranjana Jaya Braja Janaranjana. Soranandana Braja Janaranjana Jaya Braja Janaranjana. Soranandana Raja Janaranjana Jaya Raja Janaranjana. Yamunadira Varachari Jaya Kunja Bihari. Yamunadira Varachari Jaya Kunja Bihari. Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Praviraksharya Asatara Sadushi Sriman His Divine Grace Shalasi Bhaktivedanta Swami Raj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Gaur Premanande Haribo. Glorious to these sound devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Namo Vishnupradaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Tinamane Namaste Saraswatande Ve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shinubhadi Paskatyade Satare Om Agyanatvarandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chaksur Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaya Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Parakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavams Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Purjana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shiva Sakans Vitamscha. Hey Krishna Karna Sindho Dinabando Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gorangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Prishubhanu Siddha Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Panchakapa Trubhyascha Kripa Sindhuvyevacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Pranitananda Shadwaiti Gadadhar Shivasati Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 2, Daksha curses Lord Shiva. For some reason, text 17 without a purport is on the board. We'll read it anyhow. Actually, I'm just going to read the translation. We'll go on to the next verse. The sage Maitreya continued, thus Daksha, seeing Lord Shiva sitting as if against him, washed his hands and mouth and cursed him in the following words. I am tu deva yajana Indro Pendra Divir Bhava Sahabhagam Nalabdatam Devar Deva Kanadama I am tu deva jana Indro Pendra Divir Bhava Sahabhagam Nalabdatam Devar Deva Ganadama I am tu deva yajana Indro Pendra Divir Bhava Sahabhagam Nalabdatam Devaya Deva Gunadama I am tu deva yajana Indro Pendra Divir Bhava Sahabhagam Nalabdatam Devar Deva Gunadama. Ladies. I am tu deva yajana Indro Pendra Divir Bhava Sahabhagam Nalabdatam Devaya Deva Gunadama. I am that to but Deva Yajane in the sacrifice of the demigods. Indra Upendra Adibi with Indra, Upendra and others. Bhava Shiva Saha along with Bhagam a portion not Labhatam should obtain Devai with the demigods Devagana Adama the lowest of all the demigods. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The demigods are eligible to share in the oblations of sacrifice. The Lord Shiva, who is the lowest of all the demigods, should not have a share. Please repeat. The demigods are eligible to share in the oblations of sacrifice. For Lord Shiva, who is the lowest of the demigods, should not have a share. Purport. Because of this curse, Shiva was deprived of his share in the oblations of Vedic sacrifices. It was due to the curse of Daksha. Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur comments in this connection that Lord Shiva was saved from the calamity of taking part with the other demigods, who are all materialistic. Lord Shiva is the greatest devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and it is not fitting for him to eat or sit with materialistic persons like the demigods. Thus, the curse of Daksha was indirectly a blessing for Shiva, but not have to eat or sit with other demigods, who are too materialistic. There is a practical example to set for us by Gaurkishore Das Babaji Maharaj. He used to sit on the side of the latrine to chant Hare Krishna. Many materialistic persons used to come and bother him and disturb his daily routine of chanting. So as to avoid their company, he used to sit by the side of the latrine, where the materialistic persons would not go because of the filth and the obnoxious smell. However, Gaurkishore Das Babaji Maharaj was so great that he was accepted as the spiritual master, such a great personality as His Divine Grace, Om Vishnupad, Srimad Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. Conclusion is that Lord Shiva behaved in this way to avoid materialistic persons who might disturb him in his persecution of devotional service. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Srinivadi Paskadyade Siddharna. The Srimad Bhagavatam has said, Satam prasangam mama virya samvido bhavanti ritkarna rasayanam katha tajdoshvarashva varga vartmani shadaratira bhaktir anukramishati. So in the association of the satams, prasangam means in the association, and sata means those who are interested in the spiritual platform of existence. The soul can put his attention on either material platforms or on the spiritual platforms, of which there are also varieties of material platforms, considering the mode of goodness, passion, or ignorance. But even if one is in the mode of goodness, such as the demigods, if one is focusing one's consciousness on trying to enjoy the senses, whatever, of a demigod, or of a human being, or as an animal, then one is considered to be materialistic. Certainly the enjoyment, material enjoyment, is much superior on the level of the demigods. Their eating, sleeping, mating, defending is more refined, but after all, it's still trying to enjoy the material nature. The other is trying to be happy in the spiritual nature by service to Krishna, either as Brahman, Paramatma, or Bhagavan. In any case, Lord Shiva, he was meditating upon Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu, and therefore his happiness was something different from the happiness that the demigods were interested in. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that the quality of a devotee is that they're not interested in materialistic association. As he said, that a Vaishnavacharya, that the Vaishnavacharya is to give up asat sangha, give up bad association. Asat sangha, a Vaishnavacharya. And who is bad association? Sri Sangi, Ekabhakta, Krishna Bhakta are. That those who are interested in material enjoyment and who are not devotees of Krishna. course, the demigods are devotees of Krishna, and therefore we should not deride the demigods. But still, for a devotee like Lord Shiva, who's a Mahajan, who's only interested in pure devotional service, then for him, such association would be considered to be not very favorable. Of course, if Lord Indra walked into the temple, we wouldn't run out thinking, hey, that's where they all go. Well, you're bad association. Because he's also a highly elevated devotee, but he's not a Mahabhagavat, but then neither are we. If we were very concerned of only associating with Mahabhagavats, then we couldn't associate with ourselves either. But Lord Shiva, his only desire is Satang Prasanga Mama Virya Samvido, is to associate with unalloyed pure devotees. Or have that as the topic. The demigods, they're assigned to take care of the universe, and therefore their duty is to perform sacrifice in order to achieve results. Although we may not have much faith that sacrifice alone will accomplish anything, but sacrifice at least sets the stage for the accomplishment of whatever is necessary. By sacrifice, Lord Indra derives the power by which he's able to control the clouds in the universe and therefore cause rain. But of course, when he became angry at Lord Krishna, he didn't sit down and perform a sacrifice. He sent the clouds, some Bhattarka clouds, and others to destroy Vrindavan. So it's not that only he does sacrifice. But in general, sacrifice is performed for the setting the all-around atmosphere of the universe so that ultimately Vishnu is the center. And that everything is utilized in Krishna's service, and therefore setting the scene for everyone to do their activities, whatever they may be, in Krishna's service. A person like Lord Shiva, he's already fully engaged in Lord Krishna's service. Therefore, for him, these materialistic sacrifices are not so beneficial because he's already fully engaged in sacrifice for Vishnu. Because Krishna says, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yome Bhakta Priyachati. He wants us to fully give our love, because that also means all our energy, but all our energy to hearing and chanting and remembering Krishna, which is pure devotional service. Well, the demigods are giving their energy to please Krishna so they can maintain their materialistic situation, which ultimately means to enjoy eating, sleeping, mating, defending, sense gratification, of course, in consciousness of Krishna, but instead of trying to please Krishna, they're also trying to please themselves through sense gratification and utilizing Krishna as a means to do that. So that's the difference between a sakama devotee with material desires, a nishkama devotee, which is pure devotional service without material desires. Therefore, satam prasanga mama virya samvido, simply hearing about Krishna's glories is the best sacrifice. So although Krishna is the center of the sacrifice that the demigods are performing, but they're asking Krishna for material welfare, more or less. And therefore it's different from the sacrifice of hearing and chanting and remembering Krishna for Krishna's pleasure. Therefore, knowing that Krishna is the source of everything, the devotees, machita, machkata, prana, bodhyantas, prashpram, their sacrifices to talk to others about how to utilize their activities, their body, mind, and works in the service of Krishna to please him. And the more they do that, then the more that Krishna gives intelligence how to do that. how to further one's pure devotional service, then ultimately Krishna liberates one from material existence and brings one back to pure spiritual existence. But the demigods, because they have interest in Krishna, but insofar as Krishna can help them establish a nice material existence, just like the Brahmins and the Kshatriyas, they work, but they're working cooperatively to establish either a nice material existence or freedom from material existence, which is another side of material existence. If you don't like material existence and you're trying to get free from it, you're still more or less thinking material existence, but in a negative way. There's no positive activity. They're simply trying to get free from the negative influence of material energy, which is liberation. At least it's the beginning, because the only liberation from material energy is to take shelter of Krishna's effulgence, his Brahman effulgence. And ultimately, that's also another form of materialism, in the sense that it doesn't recognize Krishna as the supreme directly, his personality. Therefore, aruya krichena param padam tada padanena nadrita yushmarangraha. One can rise up to Brahman, which is an aspect of Krishna, but unless one takes shelter of Krishna himself, then one will not be able to maintain that platform, and sometime or another one will come back to materialistic activities to try and satisfy one's material senses. In the spiritual Brahman effulgence, one is trying to satisfy one's spiritual senses, and in the material energy, one is trying to satisfy one's spiritual and material senses. So Daksha is way above this, and therefore there's no need for him to associate in that way with the demigods, because actually one should associate with those who are actually going to inspire one's pure devotional service, that even in the spiritual world, the association is done in such a way as that people will become more inspired in devotional service. There's no end to it. It's not that one reaches a point, now I'm Krishna conscious and my business is done. I don't need any other devotees' association because I'm fully self-realized, and therefore I've reached the goal and now I can retire. But even in the spiritual world, devotees are desiring the devotees' association to become ever more enthused and enlightened in Krishna's service. And even Krishna likes to associate with the devotees because he becomes more enlivened and enlightened by such association. But by materialistic association, it may not be very helpful. There's not much to learn about how to serve Krishna, to eat, sleep, mate, and defend. That's already how to eat, sleep, mate, and defend. One can learn that from the animals. One doesn't have to learn it from the association of devotees. Therefore, although apparently Lord Shiva has been cursed, he can enjoy the sacrifice, but Lord Shiva is not really interested in such material enjoyment. But he participates in such activities not for his own benefit, but for the benefit of others, to elevate them to a higher platform of consciousness. And of course, temporarily, at least because of Daksha's influence, Lord Shiva will not be able to extend his mercy to the demigods, but Krishna will take care of that, and Daksha will be removed. The demigods will learn their lesson, not to listen to personalities such as Daksha. We'll find out how much trouble some of the demigods get into, and even how much some of the followers of Lord Shiva, because they can tolerate. Because one is not supposed to tolerate the blasphemy of a pure devotee, but still, unless you can defeat them by argument, better to leave. So Lord Shiva left. His followers didn't leave, though. They instead of by philosophical arguments trying to defeat the opposite side, they started to curse them. And that wound up in a very unpleasant situation. But anyhow, that's what happens when you lose your intelligence due to anger or frustration. So I'll stop there. Thank you. Any questions? Yes.
I would like to ask about association. strive for being friends with each other, or should they cooperate just as much as is required for them to do service together?
Or what do you think?
I would like to hear your opinion.
I'd like to hear your opinion.
I think Prabhupada would be more pleased if they are friends with each other and understand each other.
Understand each other? Well, at least be friends with each other. I mean, what do you mean by understand each other?
Understanding when they understand the good parts and the bad parts and appreciate what a devotee can do in this position.
Yeah, something like that. Understanding each other could be, now I understand how you love strawberry ice cream. I understand your deeper feelings. Understand one's relationship with, well, of course we can understand how to help each other engage in Krishna service. We don't have to understand now I understand why you're such a crazy good for nothing. I've analyzed it deeply. Understand that you're useless. I understand, therefore I can deal with you better now. In other words, we should try to see things from the spiritual platform. Try to understand and then try to see how that can be utilized to help properly associate with the devotees in the loving exchanges. So Rupa Goswami says, offering gifts in charity, accepting charitable gifts, revealing one's mind in confidence and inquiring confidentially, accepting prasad and offering prasad. These are loving exchanges with the devotees. But how to properly engage in the loving exchanges will depend upon what level the devotee is on. So for the devotees who are not following so strictly, or just trying to, the beginning of Krishna consciousness, we should respect them within the mind. And if they're deviating from the process, we should respect them within the mind, but not associate them with them intimately with these 6 loving exchanges. Of course, that doesn't mean that I know you're deviating, so I'm not going to give you any prasadam. It means, we have to use our intelligence, what it means. And for those who are actually serious about following the process and trying to spread Krishna consciousness, we should cooperate with them. Give up the fighting spirit, try to cooperate with them, to compromise when necessary, to work cooperatively to spread Krishna consciousness. And for those who actually know the science of Krishna consciousness, know how to engage in loving relationships with all kinds of devotees and innocent people and elevate the innocent people and avoid the atheistic people, then we should learn from them the art of devotional service, the art of transcendental expertise and discrimination. So that way we should get to know each other and relate to each other. Yes?
How is it possible that devotees who are not living in a temple and associating with each other like in a brahmachari or brahmachari ashram, and they live outside, how can they improve communication and their relationships between themselves?
Well, you can read Prabhupada's books, see how the other devotees like Lord Shiva, Brahma, Prahlad Maharaj, how they acted and follow their footsteps, or Prabhupada. See the good examples and follow them of the perfect devotees and follow the example of a perfect devotee, and then we'll improve. Mahajano yena kata sapanta, following the footsteps of the Mahajans. Anything else? Yes.
Sometimes when preaching, people don't appreciate the message, and I'm thinking how we can preach and not deviate from the message, and also be balanced.
Well, first of all, we're preaching the message to please our acharyas, not to please the people. So we repeat what the acharyas say, but we try to preach what Krishna and the pure devotees say according to time, place, and audience. So generally speaking, we have to learn how to judge. There's our philosophy talks about many things on different levels. For instance, there's the level of Brahman realization, telling people that they're not their body. And if one is a little bit more advanced, explain to them how Krishna is the controller in the universe, including as a super soul in everyone's heart. And beyond that Krishna lives in a planet called Goloka Vrindavan and enjoys pastimes both here on this planet, Gokul Vrindavan and Goloka Vrindavan. So for most people, we start with Brahman realization, the difference between matter and spirit, and how Krishna is controlling the universe. And people can't understand that, and sometimes we talk about developing good qualities. Coming to the Brahminical platform, we might talk something about Varnashram. If they can't understand that, then we just give them some prashadam. Try and sell them a book. Better for most people to try to give them a book. Then Krishna will direct them what they have to read, for the most part. Anything else? Thank you very much. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.